So what are the limitations to the simple model of incremental versus disruptive innovation, product and process innovation? Well, one argument is that this model applies only to assembled manufacturing industries, where consumers have well-defined needs. Some argue that these models are less relevant in service industries, based on non-assembled components. The model states that it does not hold in service industries, but I completely dispute that. Just look what has happened to coffee shops, and that is all down to technology, better ways of making coffee faster on demand for busy consumers on the go. Technology to make quality coffee fast, combined with great design of premises to create a great customer experience, has changed how coffee is sold and consumed. It may not be the best, but it satisfies a demand. It is driven by technology, and it is happening in an entirely service-based industry. So my personal view is that this model is equally applicable to both consumer products and service industries, and possibly everything in between. Cross-sector technology transfer. Reverse product cycle theory involves adopting a technology from outside the existing industry. The principle here is that you use the new technology to make the existing product or service more effective. Once you have done that, you create new services that then disrupt the sector by further exploiting that existing technology or combining it with additional technologies from outside the industry. The core competence model is well established. It is the belief that a firm is successful because it develops and maintains specific skill sets in its operations. It can be specific areas of technical expertise. In P&G, I was part of a global community of practice, developing and sharing expertise in analytical chemistry and forensic science all around the world. There were similar organisational strategies in regulatory science, sales, marketing, and many more. It is all about building real knowledge and experience into the heart of the firm and its employees. In the core competence model, new technology does not always destroy incumbents if they have the internal skills and capabilities to deploy it effectively. This is the P&G model. They want technologies that can be exploited and expanded using their core scientific and business expertise in clinical trials and global manufacturing capacity and capability. Disruptive S-curve threatening technology is only a threat when it undermines the existing skill set and drains valuable resources from the core business, like P&G's drive for new billion-dollar brands did at the turn of the new millennium. Simply put, if the new disruptive technology complements your business and is facilitated by your existing capabilities, then you can embrace it and use it to build a better business. The next one I really like. I have done this many times and it works well in businesses with a number of integrated software systems. A modular innovation changes the component pieces of the software, but not the overall structure and process of what they do. An architectural innovation changes the linkages between the pieces, but does not change the components themselves. Now, I have exploited this approach to install a user-friendly interface on top of complicated software. It is still complicated behind the scenes, but if you develop a user-friendly web interface, what is behind it may still be very complicated, but a good user interface makes it easy for customers to use. That is architectural innovation in action. What I have done on a number of occasions is start with architectural innovation as the initial innovation, and then use modular innovation behind the scenes to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the back-end systems. This is a great model for software integration and to manage software development programs. Henderson and Clark's taxonomy. It's really just a simple way of categorizing all of the topics that we've already discussed: incremental, modular, architectural, and disruptive innovation, and using it to identify which type of innovation is most suitable for your firm. Radical disruptive innovation is what companies crave, but it is very hard to execute because too much new knowledge has to be created, often having nothing in common with the firm's core competencies. It also presents real organisational challenges because it is not just the technology linkages that have to be created. The organisational linkages are also transformed. The biggest opportunities lie in the bottom right-hand sector, disruptive innovation, but you have to be truly ready with a strategy to operate in that particular segment. There's less risk in the other three categories: incremental, modular, or architectural innovation. It's all about creating organisational capability that enables you to operate in your chosen innovation market segment. Why do incumbents fail so often, and how do we avoid failure? If we analyse why incumbents fail in the face of architectural innovation, they simply do not understand the emerging architecture. They do not see the value of the new architecture to their business. They don't have the capacity to restructure their activities to suit the new model when it emerges. Cloud computing is a great example of this to study. Just think about how many elements of the existing business infrastructure and processes will be impacted and changed as a result of this new technology. I want to finish this section by providing some personal tips. For new firms entering an incumbents market, focus on a small segment where you can truly excel at satisfying customers. Incumbents need to make sure the technology conforms to your dominant design, because that is what you understand and what your business is built upon. So if you're going to bring in disruptive innovation, make sure it fits with your existing business model and your core competencies. If you're an incumbent firm but still want to deploy disruptive innovation, I suggest you create a brand new firm and use that new firm to create the new paradigm. Keep it well away from the current business. Build it with a few visionary employees who no longer fit in the core business or operation, but give them the space and freedom to build whatever they want, hire whoever they need to, and work with whatever partners or firms they need to make the new business happen. Treat it like planting a new seed that you will eventually harvest the fruits from. But do not interfere or let it have a negative impact on your current business.